Welcome back to 99 or Bust. Alright guys, let's get a little controversial. Today, we're going to be talking about Cyclonic Rift. Now, let's see. Just a little history on the card. Cyclonic Rift was printed back in 2012 in the Return to Ravnica block, in Return to Ravnica set. And when it came out, it wasn't as big as it was now. It wasn't one of those cards that everyone saw immediately and went, that has to go in my blue deck. That has to be played. It is too good. It's too powerful. It wasn't like that originally. Because when it was printed alongside cards like Supreme Verdict and Sphinx's Revelation and Deathrite Shaman. Those cards warped formats around them for a long time. Not necessarily our format in general, but this was 2012. Commander had only really started getting popular around 2011. People started playing it more. You know, you had the precons in 2011, and you didn't get your next precon set in until 2013. So, you know, at the time, it was not that bad. It wasn't as scary. It was still seeing some Commander play, but it wasn't as ubiquitous as it is now. So let's just kind of get into the card, break it down, look at the floor, look at the ceiling, and go from there. Now, Cyclonic Rift is a 1 in a blue instant that says return target non-land permanent that you don't control to its owner's hand. Now it has an overload cost of 6 in a blue. So 7 mana overload. And all you're doing with overload is you're replacing the word target with each. So instant speed, bounce spell to bounce something your opponent controls for 2 mana. Definitely sees some play in our format. Not as much as just return any permanent instant speed bounce spell, but it sees some play. The fact that it gives you the overload cost to just completely board wipe and devastate all 3 of your opponents at instant speed is what puts the card over the top. And that's where it also gets that salt score from. Yeah, I'm going to put the salt score on here as well. It creates feel bads. Now, this is a format where people want to enjoy themselves. They want to have fun. So it creates that feel bad. I understand there is the competitive aspect of Commander. There always will be in any card game. Competitive magic's always going to be there. It's part of the game. But, you know, that's why I feel like this card is such a give and take. It's a real hard card to judge if you should play it or not, because I feel like it comes down to your preference. So if you want to play a higher power level deck, if that's your goal, if you want to win as quickly as possible or be able to control the board perfectly, because that's what your card can definitely does, is you're able to return everything on someone's end step and you're swinging games in your favor. The person who generally resolves an end stepped overloaded Cyclonic Rift normally gets there, normally wins. I very rarely have had someone Cyclonic Rift against me and not win. It's usually like, oh, I'm just going to sit here, wait, I've got nothing, I can't do anything. You bounced all my permanents, so except for my land, so we're just going to chill here and see what you got. And if you present win, that's cool. If you don't, that's interesting. So that's where it kind of comes down to, is it's one of those cards that has a lot more to it than just baseline being a good card. It's not only a good card, but it's also a card that goes into the kind of the social contract of playing Commander. Now, as for my opinion, whether it needs to go into your 99 or not, it's going to be kind of fluid, because I feel like it depends on your play group and your personal play style. If you want to play the card, I say you should play the card. If it brings you joy, play it. If it's something that you look at and you kind of don't want to touch, you just kind of like, well, everyone's going to be mad at me if I do this, then you probably shouldn't be playing it. But But other than that, I think the card is great. Personally, I like playing it. I do. Not gonna lie. But there's that caveat. It's all about the play group. It's all about enjoying your time. It's all about having fun playing Magic. It is a salty card. Bring some water. Like I say, play more games.